can you create healthy soil for your veggie patch? The answer is 100% yes. Before we go into talking about how you can actually create your own healthy soil for the veggie patch, just wanted to show you 3 soil samples that I've got from around my veggie patch. We have some red soil, we have some soil that's been bought in to help build my soil, and then we have the finished product here, which I'm really super happy with at the moment. So, how to identify good soil when you've made it? It's really important. Has to have excellent H2O retention, so the ability to hold water is very important. Next thing, has to be dark brown, almost black in colour. There needs to be lots of signs of life, so we're looking for wriggly things and creepy crawly things. The more you have, the better. Has to be a diversity of bits. Apologies for the lack of science in my terminology there, but we have to see at least a variety of, maybe 3, 4, 5 different particles and bits and pieces in there. And we want to know that it's aerated. I'm sure there are a couple of other things if you were a scientist who dealt with soil, but these are just the things that I look for in my own soil. So let's have a look at what's going on here. So the first soil sample we've got is this red soil. So it's let's have a look at water retention. It's not very excellent at retaining water. The water on this soil just tends to run off or sit in the soil. It doesn't really hold it very well. It's not dark brown or black in colour, it's red, and there's nothing wrong with the colour red, but in soil I'm always looking for something that's dark brown or black. There is no signs of life in this particular soil sample. I can't see anything wriggling, I can't see anything moving, it is lifeless. Lots of bits? No, there is not. There's a little bit of root structure in there, but it's pretty much all clay. There's not much going on here. And aerated? No, it is not. When this stuff doesn't have any water for a long period of time, I wouldn't even be able to break this down. It's incredibly hard to get a shovel through, so this stuff doesn't meet my test. It ain't passing. All right, the next one is our stuff that's been bought in. So this is a little bit of an improvement from what we just had before. So this stuff here it does have some good water retention, except after a period of time it just tends to run off the soil. It doesn't really hold very well in the actual soil. It's the colour, it's starting to get a little bit more dark brown. So in terms of its colour, it's starting to improve. There is no signs of life in this either. So there's no creepy crawlies or anything like that we can see. Diversity of bits, yes. So this is starting to have, I'd say there's probably about 2-3 different bits in here. There's definitely some sandy loam stuff going on, so you can see sand particles. There's bark chips, which aren't very well decomposed, but there are bark chips. And then there's some basic soil structure in there as well. Don't know what you call that, but just to the eye, there's a little bit of rocks in here too. But look, it hasn't got a lot of diversity there. And aerated, yes, it does. It is quite fluffy and loose, so that's okay. So now let's have a look at the stuff that we are trying to create. And I'm like, oh, hello, here we go. Okay, so this is awesome. So here, I don't really want to touch them because it's not great to touch them, but there is a worm. And when I dug out this particular sample, there were about 5 or 6 different worms just in that one bit. I can see an ant. I can see another creepy crawly. I can see... Actually, if you really just look deep, everything is crawling in there. I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera or not, but there's a lot of crawling bits in there. So there's lots of signs of life. It is dark brown, black in colour. This stuff has excellent water retention. I can sometimes water my veggie patch and not have to stress about it for about 3 or 4 days because the water just holds in there. This actually is quite moist at the moment. It is incredibly well aerated. It's loose, it's light and it's fluffy, but it's still got some structure to it. And diversity of bits. This has so many different bits in here in various stages of decomposition. And the other thing is, this smells so sweet and earthy, which is probably another sign that you should probably put down on your checklist, the smell. This smells sweet and earthy. This stuff here smells very metallic, and this has no smell at all. So that's just a really quick tutorial on what you're looking for. Lots of signs of life, dark brown colour, black in colour, really well aerated, diversity of bits, as Louise likes to call it, and excellent water retention. So that's what you're trying to build. If you started today, you could probably have this within 3 months. It does take patience. And in the next video, I'm going to go through how you can actually create that. So hopefully that was helpful. And maybe you guys could post some different soil samples that you've got from around your suburban block of land. Anyway, have an awesome day, guys.